On the news at noon, a controversial Confederate statue, which was scheduled to be removed, will remain for a little while longer. The latest on the new court effort to keep it there.
And we are still dealing with quite a bit of wind out there today, with colder temperatures as well. I'll let you know when things could finally start to calm down coming up in just a bit.
And later, millions are expected to travel this holiday season. What you need to know before you hit the roads.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Annalisa Gale in for Mark Hall. Let's take a look at some video of the snow. This was on I-66, Western Maryland mostly. I-68 rather. Meteorologist Damon Matza joining us with the latest on this forecast. Now, Damon, we didn't see that snow closer to home, so that was good.
No, we certainly didn't. Thankfully enough, once you got outside of the mountains there in Western Maryland and West Virginia, there was hardly any snow to talk about, but it turned into a winter wonderland last night out into Garrett, Mineral, and far western Allegheny counties. And you see that snow still hanging on a little bit north of Western Maryland now across the Laurel Highlands in Pennsylvania. But for the most part, the snow has come to an end out in Western Maryland. Meanwhile, for the rest of us, well, it's just been some passing clouds and a very blustery, very cold setup that we are going to be stuck with for the rest of the day today. And here are some of those official snow reports. Again, very much elevation dependent. Oakland, Accident, Maryland there, up into that 5 to 8 inch range with those snow totals. But the minute that you dropped down in elevation to the east, look at how those snow totals rapidly dropped off. Not even an inch in Kaiser, West Virginia. And once you reach the Shenandoah Valley, no snow to be found whatsoever. Now, there is still plenty of wind to be found out there. It's not as gusty as yesterday, but we're still dealing with wind gusts around 30 to 35 miles an hour, and with chillier temperatures in place out there today as well, folks. It is definitely feeling frigid, and it will stay that way for the rest of the day, even as we begin to clear out some of this cloud cover. So just how cold are we talking as we go about the rest of your Tuesday into Tuesday night? And are we finally expecting some much calmer conditions by tomorrow? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, happening now, a court hearing is underway as a federal judge in Virginia listens to arguments over a controversial Confederate statue at the Arlington National Cemetery. That judge has been asked to decide whether it will be removed. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Versilla has the latest.
For more than a century, this statue has stood on top of a 32-foot bronze pedestal. It could soon be coming down.
It's the cruelest monument in the country, with an overweight enslaved woman on there with a tear in her eye, taking baby, the white baby, from her enslaver to show the support that the enslaved held for the war. And that's just objectively false.
Retired Brigadier General Ty Sigely was vice chair of the Naming Commission formed by Congress to review Confederate assets on military bases. That commission says this statue has to be removed by the end of 2023, but there's been pushback.
The history of the memorial, where it stands, what it represents, cannot be adequately replicated at any other location.
Hundreds expressed their support for the statue at a virtual meeting over the summer. And Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin sent a letter to the Secretary of Defense saying, without the signage erected by Arlington Cemetery, I am confident that many visitors would not know that the sculpture is reflective of that terrible war fought to end the tyranny of slavery, not a celebration or glorification of war or the Confederacy.
People say when you take a statue like this one down, it's erasing history. What's your response to that?
Well, there's history, and I would say that when it was at West Point, we studied the Battle of Gettysburg every year. Statue is commemoration, and it represents our values.
And right now in the district, the D.C. Council signed a letter today urging Mayor Muriel Bowser to reconsider her decision on SNAP benefits. Now, that letter says Bowser did not want to spend over $39 million to increase SNAP benefits in 2024. More than 140,000 people in the district rely on them. The extra money was supposed to come from the 2023 fiscal budget. Members of the council say the mayor is disregarding D.C. law. Meanwhile, the mayor's office has responded to that controversy in a statement last week from the Department of Human Services, Director Reed said the DHS is experiencing operational and spending pressures across several programs, many of which are non-discretionary and support essential needs for housing, shelter, and financial and medical assistance for our lowest income residents. The administration says they are committed to ensuring that the current services proceed without interruption and maximize federal resources available to increase nutrition assistance. Well, ahead on DC News Now at 4 with our Randy Bass. She's sitting down with Sergeant Patrick Kep, the Montgomery County officer who had both legs amputated after being hit by a car on I-270. Back in October, Kep was intentionally struck in Gaithersburg. According to police, the driver, 19-year-old Frederick Rafael Mayorga, had a mile-long online court record full of dozens of previous traffic charges. Department leaders told us Kep is a standout officer in the department, having been recognized after the incident across the region for his work to stop impaired and reckless drivers. Meanwhile, now commuters faced another hectic rush hour this morning on Metro Rail. That's because several stops on one of the busiest lines are closed for maintenance. We got up with a Metro rider who says it was chaos.
Some people still confused. It was chaos. You don't have enough people out there directing you where you need to be.
The closure is on the red line between DuPont and Gallery Place, Chinatown. Our Lex Juarez has more from DuPont Circle.
Commuters were expecting more issues as the red line maintenance continues, but Metro was ready for it. You can see they've got shuttle buses lined up Connecticut Avenue, ready to take people to their next stop. And we're not seeing lines out here on the sidewalk. They've also got employees directing people exactly where they need to go.
Metro Center at Fairgate North to your left.
Now, the shuttle buses will be running every 6 to 8 minutes during Metro hours. They will also make stops at each impacted station. That's DuPont Circle, Farragut North, Metro Center, and Gallery Place, Chinatown. Well, the red line closures are for maintenance on the red line, and WMATA said this time was chosen because it's typically one of the least busy times on Metro. Now, for the most part, riders said they understand the need to do this, but with the chaos and hassle that has already surrounded this, they're taking extra precautions to make sure they get where they need to go on time.
Yesterday was like an hour and a half, maybe more, because it was all messed up. So we'll see today, see how it is. I'm leaving it like an hour earlier to try to get to work.
As we approach the Christmas holiday and folks head out of town or are off work, there should be smaller crowds on Metro Rail. Now, if you are going to be taking the red line during this maintenance period, these shuttle buses will be here to take you to your next destination. But if there's not anybody here to show you exactly where to go, there are signs like this up around the Metro station that are going to show you exactly what you need to know and get you where you need to go as quickly as possible. Now, if all goes according to plan, this maintenance will be done on December 30th, and the red line will be fully open on New Year's Eve. In DuPont Circle, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. Also happening today in the district, the D.C. Council is holding a public hearing on chronic absences in schools. It will address how to remove barriers causing chronic absences. Last school year, nearly half of all D.C. students were chronically absent, meaning they missed 10% or more of school days. The committee is looking at ways to increase student attendance, their strategies of early warning signs and support systems, and coordination across government agencies to tackle those issues. Well, new in Maryland, the Montgomery County Planning Department was awarded a $120,000 grant to develop multimodal parking lot design guidelines. The county's department says more than 6,400 parking lot crashes happened between 2015 and 2020. They reported 57 serious injuries and deaths. The guidelines will improve safety, mobility, and accessibility for public and private parking lots. Meanwhile, Arlington County is adopting a utility fee to handle stormwater in the future. That new fee replaces the sanitary district tax. That fee is now based on each property's non-permeable area. That surfaces like concrete there, asphalt, and compact gravel that can't be absorbed by water. The rate now is set at $258 for every 2,400 square feet of impervious area, but that dollar amount can change based on the type of housing. To find out just how much you may be able to pay there, just go to Arlington County's website. They have a fee estimator to help you out there. That fee takes effect in the new year. And in Prince George's County, the superintendent of public schools unveiling a $2.8 billion budget for fiscal year 2025. That budget also closes a $97 million budget gap. The federal government, meanwhile, wants travelers to gear up and know their rights ahead of this holiday travel season, with more than 115 million people expected to fly or drive more than 50 miles over the next few weeks. Today, Secretary Buttigieg addressing efforts to protect travelers when problems occur, especially on airlines. Now, the secretary said travelers have rights and should know them, especially when it comes to delays and cancellations. Last week, the Department of Transportation announced a record $140 million fine for the airline over last year's problems. Buttigieg says over the past few years, the Department of Transportation has expanded passenger protections. Those protections, he says, are outlined on the department's website. He says they also pushed airlines to better prepare and manage problems so travel cancellations can be avoided.
Winter weather will be a challenge. It will certainly be a challenge in the next few weeks. But even during the busiest days of Thanksgiving, travel cancellations stayed below 1%. In fact, so far this year, I don't want to jinx us, but so far, 2023 has seen the lowest cancellation rate in the last 5 years.
According to the Department of Transportation's website, there's now a page where you can search your airline's policies regarding cancellations and refunds, plus your rights as a traveler under federal policy. And happening now, the funeral for former Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor is at the Washington National Cathedral, and this is a live look. O'Connor was the first woman on the Supreme Court and the deciding vote for some of the most hot-button issues. Just moments ago, President Joe Biden delivering remarks at her service. He called her an American pioneer.
To her, the Supreme Court was bedrock, the bedrock of America. It was the vital line of defense for the values and the vision of our republic, devoted not to pursuit of power for power's sake, but to make real the promise of America.
O'Connor died on December 1st at the age of 93.